All right, let's just get right into it. What if I told you there's a secret to ending your war with weeds forever? I'm talking about a secret that's so simple, so effective, that the entire gardening industry has, well, actively tried to hide it from you. Today, we're going to pull back that curtain. You know the feeling, right? It's the middle of summer, the sun is just beating down, you're drenched in sweat, your back is absolutely screaming at you, and you're pulling out the same stubborn weeds for the 10th time. You spend your entire weekend making the garden look perfect, only to see those little green monsters pop right back up a couple of weeks later. It's like they're laughing at you. It's just a frustrating, never-ending cycle. But have you ever stopped to think about how much of your actual life this eats up? Some statistics show that the average person with a house spends about 400 hours of their precious life just dealing with weeds. That is 10 full 40-hour work weeks spent on your knees in the dirt. Insane. And the cost? Oh, it's not just your time. When you add up all the herbicides, the weed barrier sheets, the special tools, the estimated lifetime cost can easily top 600,000 yen. You're basically spending a small fortune just to fight a battle you never seem to win. So why? Why is this battle so unbelievably hard? Well, here's the shocking truth. The entire system you've been buying into, it's designed to fail. It's a trap. That's right. Every time you walk into a garden center, you see those shelves just lined with powerful herbicides and expensive weed barriers. You're actually looking at the problem, not the solution. You've been led into this, well, this cleverly designed trap. And just look at the money involved here. The gardening supply market is massive. And a huge chunk of that, we're talking 120 billion yen every single year, comes from herbicides and weed barriers alone. I mean, think about it. If your weed problem was actually solved forever, their business model would completely collapse. It's in their best interest for you to keep on buying, year after year after year. And it's kind of brilliant, in a sneaky way, how these products are designed to keep you on the hook. Herbicides? Yeah, they kill the plant, but they do absolutely nothing about the millions of seeds just waiting in the soil to sprout. And those plastic sheets? They degrade under UV light, cracking after maybe 3 years, which just allows even tougher super weeds to muscle their way right through. But here's the absolute worst part. Plastic sheets literally suffocate your garden. They cut off the oxygen, killing all the beneficial microorganisms and the earthworms that make soil healthy and alive. The ground becomes hard, compacted, dead. So let me be really clear. You are paying money to kill your own garden soil. Okay, so if the commercial products are the trap, what's the real answer? Well, it's something you probably have in your house right now. A solution that's been deliberately forgotten? Yep, newspapers. And I know exactly what you're thinking. No way. That's just flimsy paper. It'll blow away and look awful. And that exact thought, that's the result of years of what I'd call common sense brainwashing by the very same companies who profit from your weed problem. Now, this isn't some old folk remedy. Let's go back to the 1950s. USDA researchers, way before the boom of chemical agriculture, discovered something amazing. There was an internal report from 1954 that showed that a specific thickness of layered, moist newspaper blocks 100% of the light weeds need to grow. But this discovery was a direct threat to the budding chemical industry. So they launched campaigns to discredit it, and poof, the knowledge was buried. The difference this makes to the soil is just incredible. Under a plastic barrier in the summer, the soil becomes a scorching hell. It can get over 60 degrees Celsius, completely starved of oxygen and life, but under newspaper, it's a paradise for soil organisms. It stays breathable, it maintains a perfect 60% moisture level, and a stable, healthy temperature. The newspaper basically acts like a breathable second skin for the earth. Okay, but I know there's one big question on everyone's mind when they hear this. A concern that those chemical companies used to their advantage for decades, right? This is the #1 concern. And honestly, it's a valid question based on old information. For the longest time, people believed the ink would poison their garden. But here's the updated truth. That's just not the case anymore. The era of those toxic, heavy metal-based inks ended decades ago. Today, most newspaper ink is soy-based. It's completely safe. In fact, as it decomposes, it provides a really valuable source of carbon for the microorganisms. It actually enriches your soil, turning it into that dark, crumbly, beautiful stuff every gardener dreams of. So, you're convinced. But listen, Just throwing some newspaper on the ground is totally useless. To make this work, and work permanently, you have to follow a very precise, scientifically backed process. So let's walk through it, step by step. And I have to be crystal clear about this. You have to follow these steps exactly. Weeds are relentless creatures. If they find a single millimeter of weakness in your system, they will exploit it. So please listen closely. Okay, here we go. Step 1, cut existing weeds down to 1 centimeter. And this is key, do not pull them out. The roots will starve without light and become food for the soil. Step 2, water the ground thoroughly. This moisture is what acts as the glue for our whole system. Step 3, and this is the most critical part, lay down 10 to 12 sheets of newspaper. Any less and light gets through, any more and you can suffocate the soil. And make sure you overlap every single edge by at least 15 centimeters. Think of it as your ironclad seal. Step 4, gently spray the newspaper with water until it clings to the ground like a skin. And finally, step 5, cover the whole thing with a 5 to 8 centimeter layer of mulch, like wood chips or bark. This protects the newspaper and makes your garden look fantastic. Now, once this system is in place, a beautiful, natural cycle begins. The light-starved weeds die and decompose. Earthworms show up to feast on the decaying roots and the newspaper itself, turning everything into the richest natural fertilizer you can possibly imagine. So you see, you're not just stopping weeds, you're actively building incredible soil at the same time. So now, with this forgotten knowledge brought back to light, you're standing at a crossroads. You have a really clear choice to make about the future of your garden. And let's be honest, your free time. Just imagine this for a second. In about a year or so, that newspaper will have completely returned to the earth. And what's left behind is rich, dark, living soil. That whole bank of weed seeds that was lurking in your soil, it will have exhausted all its energy and just vanished. Your war is over. Next summer, while your neighbors are out there sweating and spraying chemicals, you could be sipping an iced coffee, just enjoying a beautiful weed-free garden. So what's it going to be? Are you going to go back to the garden center and keep paying for products that are designed to fail while they destroy your soil? Or are you going to grab that stack of old newspapers and build a system that uses the laws of nature to give you permanent freedom? The choice, as they say, is yours.